So everyone online has been coming together and just all agreeing that all season 3s are terrible or really bad. And in this video, I kind of just wanted to go and figure out why people are saying this and just dive into all the season 3s we've had so far. Just go through all their loot, weapons, map, and just figure out why people are saying this online and thinking that all season 3s are bad. At the end of the video, I'll give my opinion if I agree or if I don't. Thank you guys so much for all the support on the recent videos. It makes me so happy that we're at this position, and I can say that we might be able to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So thank you guys so much. Without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. Honestly, now that I think about it, this season wasn't really as bad as everyone says it is. Like, it did feel like a fresh start, especially because Chapter 2 Season 2 was almost 17 weeks long. I did kinda like how Fortnite had the guts to take out such a loved shotgun, the pump shotgun for the charge. Although I'm definitely not a fan of the charge. I actually hate the charge so much because just if you're trying to shoot normally, there's always a delay, and even if you're charging it like it's supposed to be, it's super loud, so no real player is actually gonna peek and you're gonna get the shot. But I did kind of like how the zone was water, so you could like swim in and out, and especially if you were stuck in storm, it would be so much easier to get out because the water would boost you a lot. Like, it would be way faster than the cars. I think it was the fastest way to move. So yeah, this season really wasn't as bad as everyone says it was. I mean, it was in between two of the best seasons ever, Chapter 2 Season 2 and Chapter 2 Season 4, so I think it's forgettable in a way, but it's not a bad season. This season is known for being Donald Mustard's last season, and most people online would say just because of that this season is automatically terrible or bad. And I think that I don't think I agree with that. Just because an employee, or not an employee, the CEO quit on this season doesn't mean that makes it automatically terrible. Yes, it's a pretty big member of Epic Games, and it's kind of sad, and that happening on a specific season would kind of make the season feel blah, but I don't think that it's automatically terrible, and I think people should stop hating on it just because the fact that he left and isn't working on Fortnite's story anymore, which is why people loved him so much. But anyway, off of the Donald Mustard topic, there were two collabs. Or no, three. Dragon Ball, Indiana Jones, and one more Star Wars one with Darth Vader. I can't remember if Donald Mustard wanted the Dragon Ball collab or if it was just the other two, but that one got introduced in this season. And the loot pool, I think people hate it more for the loot pool, because just like the two-shot shotgun hitting for like nothing, and the prime shotgun first shot hitting insane, and then the other one shooting bubbles wasn't very popular. But yeah, this season was pretty mid. Okay, I'm gonna try my best not to hate on this as much as I did in the last two videos I made, but this season is still pretty bad. Not as terrible as everyone's saying it is online and like hating on it to the extreme, but I think this season is the reason why most people think that Chapter 4 was just bad, or I've seen people online warming up to Chapter 4 more, but there's still a little bit of hate going around. I think that's because of Season 3, because I've been thinking about it, and Season 1, 2, and 4 honestly weren't that bad. They were either mid or good. None of them were really terrible. So yeah, the loot was just stale and boring, especially the flapjack rifle being super inconsistent and barely hitting anything. Had a bunch of bullets though. which made no sense because half of the bullets that you shot out of that wouldn't even hit. The Mammoth pistol was super overpowered and one of my favorite weapons to this day. They just cloned the pump shotgun and called it the sharp tooth shotgun, which I don't know why they didn't like make a cool design for it or something, because it would have been way cooler, and they just made it like weaker and stronger at long range but weaker at short range, which is kind of dumb. The jungle was okay to, I mean, it was cool to traverse at times, but like when you're stuck in a storm and stuff, it would be super annoying, especially when you're, I died to fall damage in that jungle at least like 10 times, and landing there, it just doesn't really make sense to land there because there's no bosses or anything cool, and it just gets boring after a while. I think we all can agree that this season was just pretty bad. I would say one of the worst seasons ever. I think it would be a stretch saying the worst season ever, because there still are a couple contenders for that, you know, season 6 and other things like that. Definitely the worst season in chapter 5. I don't think there's any debate with that, but yeah, this season was just very mid in my opinion. Like, the start was abysmal with the super overpowered cars and weapons, and in my opinion, I think the Nuka-Cola, just only having 2 of it just wasn't enough, and I was carrying it around wondering what it would do, and when I finally popped it, I realized it was just slurp, and I didn't carry enough. But yeah, the summer event was also basically like the same thing in chapter 4 season 3, just felt the same way, like stale and just adding a couple cosmetics and then calling it a summer event, even though it is definitely not a summer event if you just add cosmetics. Because in this season they had the Cybertruck that you could unlock with the summer road quests, which I did and grinded for, but it just really didn't feel like it was worth it to grind that hard just to get the Cybertruck. But yeah, the POIs were kind of forgettable. Like, everyone was landing at Machinist to get her weapon and medallion, and Ringmaster was one of the worst places to drop in my opinion, because it just wasn't worth it for the Mythic and Medal. But yeah, season was very, just terrible. So after reviewing all the opinions I've shared in this video and checking over all the chapters, I think that I can't really agree with this statement saying like all season 3s are bad, because chapter 2 season 3 in my opinion really wasn't as terrible or bad as everyone's saying that it was. So I can't really agree, but I would have to say that most season 3s are pretty bad. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support. Sorry for not doing anything for Christmas. I was gonna do something, but I just decided to make this video instead of thinking of something to do, because I really had no idea. I'm gonna be traveling soon, so this is gonna be the last video until January-ish. So yeah. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.